Hey guys, I hope that you had a great weekend and that you are ready to go into this weekend and have the Word of God to be with you during the week. I sit here before you letting you know that I am not a perfect person. In fact, I am flawed, like many of you, and filled with sin. I fought with my wife today on a Sunday. Not going to sit here and say that I'm proud of it at all. I'm somebody that is still in a position of change. And the Bible talks to us about how we change this. And so today I'm going to do things a little bit different. I had to break out my man's Bible, which I use every man's Bible as the word for myself to go to. And I use that because it has areas in it where I can turn to when I have questions. The argument that happened was very petty. Very petty. Unfortunately, I let my emotions get in play, which I'm going to be talking about here. The Bible tells us to be very careful of what we do with emotion. And one of those emotions was anger. I'm going to start with emotions. In the Bible, there's several places that you can look at emotions. There's like 10 different places that my Bible highlights it. I'm going to start with Genesis 4:26, which, by the way, is the title for today's message, which is careful what you do with anger because anger can lead to murder. And so if you are somebody that reads a Bible, you may have heard of Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve, they conceive two boys, Cain and Abel. And the boy Abel creates flocks and the boy Cain creates fruit with the soil. And so the story goes that Abel came to God with his flock, and God showed favor to Abel because of his flock and how fruitful it was. However, in verse 5 it says, "But on Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, 'Why are you so angry? Why is your face downcast?'" And later we will read that Cain took his brother out into a field and killed him. Anger can lead to murder, and this is his own brother that he murdered. His emotion led to anger. The anger caused him to kill his own brother. His emotion was anger, and because of that, he acted out. Proverbs 4:23. It says, "Above all else, guard your hearts, for everything you do flows from it." So if you have anger in your heart, be careful at what you do. Proverbs 15:1-4. "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, keeping watch over the wicked and the good. The soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit." In the beginning there it says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." And that's exactly what happened to me this morning. A gentle answer could have turned away wrath. Instead, I let harsh words fly, and my wife and I were angry with each other for about 2 hours until I asked for forgiveness. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 9 says, "Do not be quickly provoked in your spirit, for anger resides in the lap of the fools." The last thing that I'm going to share is Ephesians 4:31, which is the verse of the day. Verse 31 says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ, God, forgave you. Follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave him up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God." And so that is a little more than the one verse, but I wanted to go on there because it tells us exactly how we should live. So a little bit different tonight, but I wanted to just get into the actual word and read out of the book. Sometimes we go through things in life, and the only thing that can bring us healing is the power of the word. Today, that definitely was the only thing that was helping me, because I let that one moment of my words turn harshly into a moment where I start thinking negatively about everything. And that's what the devil wants. if you're somebody that is worth something in this world, I'm going to tell you that the devil will be all over you. And I can tell you that for that brief moment, the devil was all over me. He wanted to destroy my marriage. He wanted me to act out. He wanted me to act in anger because it's easy. It feels so natural for men to want to turn to anger. And so it was easy for me to get like that. And that is not a person that I want to be today. I want to be somebody that's seen in God's love and light. And with that, I hope that you all have a blessed week. God bless. And I look forward to giving you guys more messages through the week.